One thing I've learned that no matter what you're doing, whether it's your job, your family, where you live, it's all a choice. And again, it's all about the choices you make. And if you're not happy, you need to change something. That's something I've noticed a lot of people don't quite acknowledge, is if they have problems, they're not willing to change it. In order to change, you got to make, a couple leaps and bounds out of your comfort zone. One thing that martial arts has taught me is you got to be tough. No matter what you do, you just got to grind through it. The really good saying in MMA is embrace the grind. The same thing goes for life. It's not always going to be easy, but again, being happy is a choice. That's one thing I love about my job, is I would rather be nowhere else on earth. I was a big fan of Pride and UFC back in the day, and I would box in the backyard with my friends, and then I started LA boxing when I was 16. When I was in high school, I lost like 60 pounds, took a smoker fight, won with a head kick, and then trained and competed ever since. So now as a pro, I've been doing this a long time. I used to do 6-week camps, but once I took the MMA team over back in 2012, they're all 8-week camps, so it's 2 hard months. And granted, I do this, full time, so I do 2-a-days almost every day, with the exception of Sunday. And man, it's tough. Just a really strict diet, which is something you gotta also sort of embrace and enjoy. And then training twice and making sure you recover properly and have good training partners. So there's a lot that goes into it. I trained at LA Boxing, and I trained with a guy who taught there, and he went to Brazil. So I was only with him for a few months, and then Robo came in, Chad Robichaux came in, and I took his classes, and I even ended up watching his kids, and I knew he was going to open up a gym in the Woodlands, so I actually had helped him build it and everything, and had trained in his garage while the gym was being constructed. And then when the gym first opened, I actually worked behind the desk on Saturdays for free, just to help out. And it's funny, Mick Maynard actually used to teach the kickboxing there on Saturdays, so that's where I met him. And that's when I, got the contact for all the fights, and that's what I'm fighting now in Legacy as a pro for the kickboxing show, which will be pretty cool. It's actually cool now that the UFC is the main goal, opposed to fighting in Houston being the main goal. The gyms have come together. Back in the day when I first started training, cross training wasn't a big thing. I remember. Back in 2012, it just seemed like there was so much conflict between the gyms, and now, that once Pinedo went to the UFC, it seemed like all the gyms came together for that one ultimate goal. So I cross-train a lot of Team Tooks and Houston Muay Thai and all the different Gracie Barras, and it's just so much more fun. It's an actual community opposed to actually gyms being rivals, and that's the biggest difference I've noticed from now to back in the day. Again, I have nothing but respect for the guys now, but I fought 3 guys from Paradigm in a row, and it was just, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it just wasn't as fun, having to have our crowd go against their crowd, and man, and even when I fought Rashawn Lewis, his fans tried to fight my brothers, which was crazy. Man, so that's really settled down now. Not only, Demick and Eric, the guys who put on the big shows here, have that way under control, but the community and the crowd's way better, which is awesome, because the gyms, train so much together. So it opened in 2007, if I'm not mistaken, in October, and again, I was one of the few, OGs, that still are here. There's only a couple of us left, and so we opened in October. Things going well. The gym was big, so big they improved the building and added a big, the whole back section that we're in now. And then, years passed, and, things changed. And then in 2012, Chad had left, which was cool. We had, Professor Gauthier here, and Todd Moore was here at the time. And, the gym was doing good. And then just last year, the new owners came in and got the gym from the owner who was in California, one of Chad's old partners. And man, they have made renovations and just really uplifted the gym. It's doing awesome now. Coaching's an important aspect. It really helps me keep my technique sound, and it really gives me a good eye for picking up on details and things like that. So it's really helped me as a martial artist as well. And plus, it gives you a big bond with the students, and it makes training that much more fun. And again, it makes the fact that our guys either win or lose way more important to us. You always go in with the mindset to win, and that's the goal. Again, Professor Gauthier has a very good sport jiu-jitsu style as well as good self-defense. But again, his guard is really hard to pass, and he's just very skilled in that area. So he does a lot of the sport style. I stick to good traditional self-defense, and like an old school style, a lot of guard passing is that's kind of my game, and really going for the submission opposed to trying to win by a sweep or an advantage. So I'm very old school in terms of jiu-jitsu. So it also helps with MMA. You can't pull guard in MMA, or else you get beat up. So. Back before I started coaching here, I would always assist for the kids, and honestly, I wasn't a huge fan, but now I've been doing this for years, and I've really, really grown to like the kids. There's nothing better than seeing a kid with not very good discipline, you know, working hard and getting better, and then seeing the kids compete and win is unbeatable. We have a few kids at our gym who are just phenoms. One kid in particular, Tyler Chi, has won like 30+ gold medals, and the kid is always working hard. He trains as hard as I do, and he's a 6-year-old boy, which is pretty cool. For jiu-jitsu, you know, they have to work hard in order to not lose. And again, it's a safe environment, which is great. But again, the kids who don't want to be here, you know, they grapple and they don't try, but they keep, you know, getting tapped, and you can see them, you can see their competitive edge sort of coming up, and it teaches them, you know, you don't have to work hard for something you want, especially on the mats. And I think that's the biggest aspect for jiu-jitsu that works so well for the kids, because there's no punches or kicks, but again, it makes them work hard, and it also teaches them great self-defense too. Jiu-jitsu is great. Not only is it one of the best workouts in the world, but there's not a lot of like high impact. It's good contact, and what's cool is you become humbled really quick, and it's a very safe environment. Like, you know, you get choked and you get arm locked, but it's all safe to do, and it's just a great way of staying in shape and learning really cool stuff that you can apply very easily, you know, to defend yourself as well. So. In kickboxing, it's a little different than jiu-jitsu because of all the contact. It's not for everybody. And one thing we do at our gym is, you know, we train properly. It's not for cardio. You know, we learn techniques and then we spar pretty much every day. And again, the impact and the contact is something that we have to get used to, and we always take care of our training partners. But the striking aspect's awesome. It really, you know, teaches good discipline as well. You have to have good sound technique. And again, the BS isn't going to work in a fight. So again, it's important that you're learning the right stuff. So that's why I stick to really good fundamentals for boxing, and then with good boxing, your kicks will come. One thing we have here more than I've ever seen is the camaraderie. The guys are always, you know, looking to help each other out. You know, all my best friends are from this gym, and all the guys I hang out with on the weekends and after training, all from this gym. So it's like a brotherhood we have here, and it's really cool. You know, everyone's super nice and always looking to help. So the guys here are really cool.